Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. We have survived 500 days in hardcore Minecraft. As you can see right here, we are on day 568, so a little bit past 500. But today, I'm going to be giving you guys a world tour of everything I've accomplished thus far. As you can see, I'm approximately at the coordinates 0, 0, just a little off there, which is going to be the world spawn, as I'm getting attacked here. So as I turn around, you are going to see some farms that I've built in the spawn. The reason these are here in the spawn is because your spawn chunks are always loaded, so these farms are always working. First farm here is the shulker farm. We get unlimited shulker shells, so we'll be able to get unlimited shulker boxes for future farms. As you see, we've got plenty of shulker shells here, just because this thing is running non-stop as I'm getting attacked by phantoms. So we've got about 8 double chests of shulker shells so far, and that is the first big farm in our spawn chunks there. Moving on down here, we have our iron golem farm. Nothing too crazy, but it definitely makes plenty of iron, especially since, like I said, we don't even have to be near this thing for it to work. So we've got our villager pods with our zombies in the middle jumping up and down so the villagers get scared, spawn golems on these platforms, and the water pushes them down into the center where they will burn. As I come down here, this is going to be the storage area for the iron farm. I just got done expanding it and making it a little bit bigger. So right here is all of the chests for the iron to be stored, and down here is a composter sorter. So the iron golems fall and die there with the lava. They drop their poppies into this sorter. The poppies will go in here and through the sorter and turn themselves into bone meal. Then over here, iron goes straight down and starts getting piled up in these chests here. I've had this farm running for probably 100, 200 days, and we have quite a bit of iron blocks that I've crafted here. I just got done crafting all these because, like I said, I just redid this. There's probably 12 double chests of iron that was loaded up. This was just a little staircase I made to get up. But yeah, this is the iron farm. Pretty simple, quick and easy to build. Didn't take me long to make this sorter. It's pretty easy. So as we come out of the iron golem farm, we're going to come right back up to our spawn area here, where I had to clear all this out to get this farm made, as this phantom is attacking me. So there's no other builds in this area through the spawn chunks, so I'm going to take you to my first starter island, where I had most of my starter builds and where I really got this world kicked off and going. So right here was the first iron golem farm that I made. As you can see, it's not even done. It's missing 2 sides, but this side and this side has a zombie and villagers inside. So as you see, it does work. Iron golems spawn there, fall down, and I was gonna stack this all the way to, build limit, and it produces some iron, but obviously this is not the main iron golem farm anymore, so I don't use it. Got some just storage here. Our sugarcane wraps around the island, but this was a island completely filled with birch trees. As you can see here, I have cleared out all of the birch trees, as my first video of the hardcore series showed, and I just torched it all, so I didn't have to worry about any mobs spawning and dying or anything like that. So that was a good kick off to the world, having a safe island and just a bunch of wood to be able to craft things. I then got a beacon and used it to clear this out. Got some stone, and I had a plan for this. I can't exactly remember what it was, but this is where I was storing some of the random blocks and whatnot. These were full of stone at one point. Yep, there's some random blocks there. So I have all of this stuff here, some sand and whatnot. Just some random resources. I took some jungle saplings from the spawn area to put them here so I could get wood easy. We have some melons and pumpkins over here, and this here is my automatic potato and carrot farm. So the way that it works is you have the farmers in the middle, with the composter, and the farmers will farm the area, and when they have extras, convert it to bone meal and whatnot. But in the middle is another farmer that they try and trade with or throw their crops to, but the fence gate is blocking it. So when these farmers try to throw the crops to them, the crops fall down into that water source into hoppers and they get collected, which is the automatic potato carrot farm. So the potatoes and stuff will just fall down in here and it just gets collected and I never have to farm it. So we have that, which makes it easy to farm potatoes and carrots for the farmer villagers over here. So we have these guys here, which I was using to trade, and they have some pretty cheap trades for everything here, and that's how we got our emeralds. So just keep it here. Then I've got some other villagers with mending and sharpness, protection 4, unbreaking 3, silk touch, looting, efficiency 5. There's a fortune 3 one as well somewhere. I think the fortune 3 one might have been here and he died on accident. So the way I got all of these villagers here was I had a villager breeder, which was over here. And the way that it worked was I had 2 villagers in here with beds here, so they couldn't access the beds. You would throw them potatoes and carrots, and then a baby would spawn. He would walk in here, and he would get pushed along to here, and then when he would grow up, he would get pulled up through the water and pushed along. As you see, I've since destroyed it because I no longer use it. And then once I got a couple villagers in here, I just put down a bunch of beds. So if I take, do I have the chest anymore? I don't think so. But I would just have potatoes and carrots, throw the potatoes and carrots to these guys here, and then they just breed and get more villagers that way, and then I can just take them out easy with rails and take them wherever I need to go. So don't really have anything here. As we come down this way, I've got my clerics and my fletchers. So I've got trades for 1 stick for 1 emerald, which we used a zombie to convert these guys. So that's pretty easy. Got a bunch of sticks here. And you will soon see why this is an important aspect of what I need. So I'll trade 1 stick for 1 emerald, then I turn around over here and take my emeralds and trade the emeralds for redstone, because I'm working on a project that requires a lot of redstone, but we'll get to that later in the world tour. So all these guys trade 1 emerald for redstone, which, like I said, is going to be really beneficial. So I've got some few extra emeralds and we're working on our stash of redstone blocks here. If we come around the corner right here, we've got our villager, or our zombie, sorry, and our button, and he would be pushed along, go in between here, infect both zombies, or infect both villagers. Then he would throw a weakness potion, 2 golden apples, and cure them until they get down to 1 stick for 1 emerald. That is how that is done. So, yeah. Now I don't need him anymore because all these guys are at the minimum trade. So right here, this is new within the last probably 20 Minecraft days. I'm working on something that requires a bunch of trees. As you see, I'm working on a tree farm there. So these are bamboo farms. They harvest bamboo here. Bamboo can be made into bamboo blocks, and then bamboo planks, which can then be crafted into chests. So I thought this was going to be really beneficial. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slower than I thought it was going to be, and I don't want to use all of my quartz on observers. I know there's more efficient ways, but I don't have slime blocks and things like that to be able to make it as efficient as possible. So moving on over here, we have our starter base. So if we come down here, this is what I first started the world with. For probably the first 200-300 days, we got our little enchant table here with some lapis. I got a spare bow in case this one breaks or whatever may happen. Some pickaxes that are just kind of whatever. There's my netherite hoe that I was actually looking for, so I'll go ahead and take that for later. Our dragon egg. We obviously have our elytra. And this was my starter storage area. You'll see some of the chests are broken and whatnot. That's because there's a new area for my chest and sorting. Even though I haven't moved all of my stuff over yet, we are slowly but surely working on that. Our furnaces where we use to smelt stuff, which I will be crafting a super smelter in the nearby future. So we come down here, we've got our little nether wart area, we've got some splash potions of weakness for converting the villagers, like I was saying earlier. And this was our starter mineshaft area. So down here we have, let's see, where's it at? Is it up here? Nope, not up here, it's down here. It was where I found my first zombie spawner. Now the zombie spawner was used to get XP for full protection 4 on breaking 3 armor at the very beginning of the world. So break into here, there's our zombie spawner. They spawn, get pushed over into the corner and fall down, and obviously we just grinded those for a while until we had full protection 4 on breaking 3, and I believe even mending armor. So it's been a while since I've even been down here. I don't even know what it looks like anymore. Just a bunch of random stuff in here. Oh wow, this is a lot better than I remember it ever being. This is my little AFK area, so nothing could get to me while I'd let them build up. I say AFK area, I would just sit in here, wait 2 or 3 minutes, and watch YouTube videos while zombies piled up in the thing there. And that's one thing about this world. I have not AFK'd any farms, and I'm not using any TNT duplication in this world whatsoever. So everything you see has been done by hand, and that's why I made the shulker farm and iron farm in the spawn chunks, is because I'm not going to AFK any farms, because I want my days and my time played to be real and legit. Also, as you see, number of deaths here is 0, so I have not died in this world yet. I don't plan on dying either. This is where I had my starter strip mine and where I was mining for ores and whatnot, just kind of in random directions when I got the world started. So we've got all this deep slate and things like that down here, some spare torches. That's when the brand new update just came out. I had to give myself a little reminder of where to find diamonds. So going back up here, if I could fly, which I can't. This is where, ooh, I could use a slime actually. I need slime balls. I have next to 0. This is perfect actually. Awesome. 25, perfect. So I had my haste 2 beacon where I dug that hole, as you saw right over there on the outside, to get blocks. I also was using it down there to have another storage room and also get blocks. Same with this area here. I just kind of mined it out because I needed some stone. So that is it for this base, and since we're here, we're going to go ahead and go into the nether portal and show you a few things in here. So not much going on in here, but we have broken through the nether ceiling. So once we get up here, I am going to activate shaders because it is easier to see in the nether with shaders on. So with the click of a button, boom, our shaders is on. So right there is our zombie piglin farm. Before we go up there, I will go ahead and show you down this tunnel here. It's not too far, thankfully. So right here, it's kind of hard to see, but right here is our zombie piglin farm. You see all of them spawning there, and they fall down, walk into the portal, and there's a turtle egg on the other side right through there that they all get mad and attracted to. So as they walk through, they try and go into it, get teleported into the portal, and then they will get teleported up to the piglin farm, which I am going to now, and I will show you guys that. So as we make our way up there, be careful we don't get hit by any of these guys. So as we come up here, we've got our gold blocks and we've got a couple of beacons up here so we don't take any damage. During the Halloween update on October 31st, we were able to get a jack-o'-lantern and he is named, and a normal pumpkin and he is named. That way we have these guys. So if we just wait, give it a couple seconds, it takes a while for all the piglins to go through the portal and show up here. It is a pretty quick and efficient farm, but as you see, we have resistance 2, regen, and strength. So the strength makes it a little bit easier to kill the zombie piglins, regen in case I take any damage, and resistance as well in case I take any damage. I don't take too much damage. So here in just a second, these guys should come out, and there we go. They will start pouring out at a very quick rate here shortly. And what you would do is you would fill your inventory with gold nuggets, a gold ingot, that way you don't pick up any rotten flesh or swords, and all you do is sit here and just kill them. You get a ton of XP and a ton of gold. So I use this for gold ingots and gold blocks to make golden apples, because with the farmer villagers at my base, you are able to trade 1 emerald for 4 apples. So you can get about a stack of apples per time you trade with a villager, and then you just sit here and grind this thing. It's pretty much infinite. So again, I'm not AFKing any farm. All of my farms are pretty much manual, besides the iron and shulker farm, because I don't have to AFK them to work because they're in the spawn chunks. So you just sit here, get unlimited gold, because these zombie piglins never die or run out. So go ahead and put all this gold back while we move on with the world tour. Throw that out, and I'll show you my statistics right now for mobs as we come down here. Zombie piglins, we have 79,790 piglins killed. So I've gotten a lot of gold that way through these guys. As you see, they're just absolutely pouring out of there, and we've got a ton of those. So if I come down this way here, we're going to have 2 portals. One portal is going to show up at the outpost, the pillager outpost. So I'll go ahead and just go through here, and that I'll show you where that portal ends up, and we'll actually come back through that portal here shortly. So boom, this portal here is for the outpost, where I tried to make a raid farm right here, but I realized it was too close to this, and it wouldn't actually give me, the raid would never end. The raids would just continually spawn, so each level it would never run out of mobs. Because the way the waves work in raids, the wave would just be infinite because it would never reset. So right there we have our creeper farm, which while we're already flying in the air, we will go ahead and go to it. So it is 9 layers tall, and you just sit on the platform, the creepers spawn and fall down, and you can just kill them with looting 3. As a matter of fact, I had to get more rockets right there before starting this recording. So you just sit here, creepers will spawn, fall down, just like that. And I'm getting attacked by phantoms. So as you see, the creepers are spawning right there. You just come here, you hit them with your sword, the hoppers pick it up through the chest, and you get gunpowder right there. So coming down here, this is where our raid farm is. We've got our beacons right here under this glass. Our beacons are down there. So the pillager outpost, I'll go over there, I'll get the bad omen effect. I will go underground, and once I go underground, there's a villager down here. So go down here. There, maybe. Okay. There's a villager down here, so when I have the bad omen effect from the outpost, the villager right here, whoops, the villager in here, as you kind of see right there, just go ahead and break this. Villager, gosh dang it. Yeah, there's a villager there, so the bad omen effect will trigger a raid. All the raid will spawn up there because it's in the middle of the ocean. They'll fall down here, and all their loot comes into this chest here. So I get totems, I get emeralds, gunpowder, glowstone, sugar, all through here in this raid farm. Like I said, our beacon here to give us our effects and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and go back up here. Gosh dang it. Yeah. And since we're in the middle of the ocean, there's no other blocks for the raid to spawn on. So the raid's going to spawn here, and they're going to walk towards the middle to be attracted to that villager down there, and me. And then they fall in the water, get pushed down, the Ravengers die, and all the other mobs go into the corner right there and fall down and die to me. So now we're going to go through this portal, put our chest plate back on just in case. And now that we are back in here, we'll put this on, and you'll see that there is a portal right here, which is the one we went in earlier. And if we go this way, I'm going to go ahead and put my shaders back on because it's easier to see. There should be a portal right there, and there is. So as we go through this one, this is where we have a mushroom island. And at the Mushroom Island is also where we found some ocean monuments. Now I don't have any, there's an ocean monument there, there's, let's see, there's a few ocean monuments right nearby. I don't know if I'll be able to see them all, but there's this one here, and there's two more. There's like one over here, or something like that. But yeah, this one's kind of taken down and torn down a little bit because I used it for blocks for my sorting area, which is a hint to what we were going to get to earlier. And I took down all of the guardians, the big guardian guys. So I believe our base is this way. I'm gonna have to put my shaders back on so I can see. Okay, I don't think my base is that way. Okay, our coordinates are going down, so we are indeed going in the right direction. But yeah, we got our guardian blocks and sea lanterns, and we got some sponges from the ocean monument, and we also got some mycelium and things like that for our sorter. So we're going to go ahead and go this way, and that's where we came up through the nether. So we're going to go ahead and follow this line of torches here until we get to our next area. Alright, so we are about 2,000 blocks away. We followed our line of torches, and now we are at the most important farm in the entire survival world here. This is our wither farm. As you see, I also got the pumpkin head wither and the jack-o'-lantern head wither. They're not super rare because they are holding it in their right hand. If they have the sword in their left hand, that means they're more rare. As you see here, it's the same concept as the piglin farm. They spawn through the portal and come here. And there's also no spawn proofing necessary for this farm. So go ahead and throw these swords out here. The way it works, you just kind of stand in the middle of these blocks here. So if you press F3 and G, I believe, is the chunk borders. So there's one chunk there, one chunk there, one chunk there, one chunk there. So you're in the middle of 4 chunks. So if you close that out there, I don't entirely know the whole point of that, but they spawn up here, you kill them, and you get just a bunch of wither skulls for beacons, obviously. So go ahead and put that there, put that there. You do get a couple of blaze rods, even though you're not so really supposed to from this farm. But you guys get the point. It's a wither farm. Get unlimited beacons from this as well. You get a ton of bones. You get a ton of coal. So it's a very multi-purpose farm. It's an XP farm, bone meal farm, coal farm, and wither skull farm. It's 4 farms all in one put together. So that's why the wither farm is by far my favorite farm out of any of them. So moving on, we will go down here, and this is where the wither farm is going to be. So if you come down here, the best way to get this farm the most efficient, the reason it is 2,000 blocks away from where we came in the nether, is because you want to build it in a soul sand valley. And in order to do that, I had to find the right biome, obviously, but also you want your farm to be positioned where it is 200 blocks from any other biome. So in all 4 directions, it is 200 blocks away from any other biome in the nether. And that's how you kind of just get this farm to be the most efficient. So that is the wither farm. So we're going to go ahead and fly back up here, and that is all that the nether has to offer. So I'm going to go ahead and fly back, and I will meet you guys when, if I can find the right direction, and I'll meet you guys when we're back at the base in the overworld. Alright, we are back, headed into our base, back in the overworld, where I got this world started off. Boom, we are back. So now we have seen everything here on this main island. Let's go ahead and shut that. And I'm going to go ahead and turn shaders off just because make it a little bit easier to see everything here. So that's the zombie piglin farm where they come through. I need to get rid of that, but I just haven't got to it yet. I've got some sheep here, and I've got some cows over here. I need to get a wheat farm because I don't have any more wheat to breed cows for leather, and you will see why we need leather here shortly. So if we come this way, you will see the start of my main big mega base. So as you see, the entrance isn't all that great right now, just kind of got the outline done, but that's kind of what it's going to look like. A big upside down V shape, excuse me. And these stairs are just kind of temporary for now. But as we walk in here, you will see a gigantic circle. The circle is from wall to wall, 100 blocks on all sides. So in these chests here is going to be all the blocks from getting it cleared out. And that is not all what these blocks are from. I'm getting ready to show you here in a second the part that's taken the longest in this world. So we've got some shulker boxes just laying around from working on projects and stuff. This is why I needed the redstone for a future project coming up. But without further ado, so here's some of our iron and gold from the zombie piglin farm. My ender chest where we have a trident that I've yet to put enchants on. We've got a couple golden apples from exploring our world. Spare totem, but we've also got all of these totems from our raid farm. So put that back. We've also got some diamonds, some extra books from trading with the villagers. We've got our shield in there as well. And then we've got our extra diamond shovels. And if I put that back, you will also see my food chest. This is supposed to be my rockets chest, but I had to go craft some more, so we're getting restocked on those now. We've got spare blocks. We've got some bee nests for when I make my honey farm here within the next few 100 days or whatever. And we've got our extra diamond pickaxes. These are just shulker boxes when I end up moving all of these blocks downstairs, and you will see why. Up here, this room will be decorated and stuff, but I'm just kind of getting the bare minimum essentials laid out. As you see in this area, I do have speed 2, resistance 2, regen, haste, jump boost, and strength. So before we go down the hole, if we come out here, and right here, we have our beacons all the way down at the bottom of the world. Then 100 blocks in this direction, we also have more beacons. And another 100 blocks this direction, we have more beacons there under this glass. As you can see all the way down there, we've got more beacons over here, right there, and there's more over here and more over in the other corner as well. Just because what I'm about to show you is so big, I ran out of coverage from beacons, so I had to make even more. So coming down here, this is going to be the main entrance to the main base area. So as we drop down in this hole, you will see the first thing here is a full a full diamond armor zombie that I was able to find while I was exploring caves. His name is 0.04% because apparently that is the rarity when I did a quick Google search of getting one of these guys. So he's kind of going to be the entry piece to when I get all this finished. As you see, this room is massive. And on this side here is the start of my automatic sorting system. So I'm sure everyone knows how this works, but you come down here, you have a chest here, and you empty your inventory into these hoppers. The hoppers under them are sorted. So I have item filters here. That way if I put sticks in the system, the sticks won't add to this because they will be named differently. So I've got cobblestone in the filter, and then it changes to stone. And when these hoppers are locked, the only item that can come down is whatever item you want to sort. So it's the automatic sorter system, obviously. And you have all this redstone back here, which is what I need my quartz and redstone from the villagers for. I need all that redstone is what I was saying. So if we fly back down here, we will be able to see all of our blocks that are being sorted. This is 15 blocks tall from ceiling to floor. So we've got 5 spots for cobblestone, and we've already got a good amount in here. We've got 5 spots for stone, which I haven't gotten it all moved down from those chests up there. You've got the cobble, slab, stairs, and everyone can kind of see these. I'm not going to name them all off, but you can kind of see what is all being sorted. I tried to keep everything together. So like the log, the plank, the slab, the stair. I know I'm missing some here and there, but this sorter can't have room for absolutely everything. So just trying to make room for, you know, a majority of all blocks. So like tough, chiseled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, slab, stair, wall. Then you got polished. Then you've got bricks. Then you've got the tiles. Then it moves on to like dripstone, then dirt, rooted dirt, coarse dirt, grass, podzol, mycelium, clay, gravel, mud, muddy roots, sand, sandstone, red sand, red sandstone, and then we've got some of the more rare ores like coal, deep slate coal ore, which is pretty hard to find, normal coal, coal blocks, copper ore, deep slate copper, raw blocks, copper block, cut copper. These are waxed, by the way, so they will not oxidize. Iron deep slate, iron nugget, raw block, iron block, and as you see, it just keeps going down. Even went to the nether to get the nether gold nugget block, and we've got our irons. This block here was such a pain in the rear end to get, but through a little bit of hard work and determination, we were able to get it. So we've got an extra one in here. We've got one here. We've got one in the filter, and we've got one in the chest. The reason I had to get this extra one, it took me so long, is because this bottom layer, as you can see when I'm standing right here, I can only access 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers without jumping to the 7th. So on this 7th layer, there's going to be a balcony, a complete wraparound balcony, and I'm also going to have all these blocks that are on the floor here on the ceiling. So when I'm on that 2nd layer, I can look up and see what block goes with what item, or what block goes with what row of chests. That way I know where it's at. So we've got our nether stars for beacons. We've got beacons, wither skulls, ancient debris, some scrap, netherite. Then here comes all of our nether blocks. As you can see, I didn't even know red nether brick was a thing until I was making the sorter. And this is my favorite block, I believe. The gilded blackstone. I just think it looks really cool, and you cannot craft it. Same with this one, the cracked polished blackstone. Excuse me. You can only get these from a bastion, and you have to mine them from the bastion itself. So blackstone, polished blackstone, then blackstone bricks, and yeah. So I think the floor here is going to be made up of blackstone, polished blackstone, blackstone bricks, cracked and gilded blackstone, and it's just going to be a textured floor. And then I'm going to have black stained glass with sea lanterns under it for the lighting. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the ceiling yet, but that's kind of my plans. And then on the ceilings, oh well, I kind of have an idea for the ceilings. I'm thinking about doing like some leaf blocks and glowstone with glowberries kind of hanging down, and maybe have like a pond in the middle somewhere. But we'll see how that plays out. We got magma blocks, shroom lights, glowstone, and as you see, we've just got a bunch of all of our nether blocks. Also, if anyone can answer this question in the comments, that would be appreciated. But this is quartz, right? Just a normal block of quartz. And this is smooth quartz. Can someone tell me the difference? Because they look identical to me. Like even this darker gray in the middle right here, the way that it just looks the same. And the way you get smooth is from smelting normal. But it honestly looks no different. Same thing with a quartz slab and quartz stair. There's smooth quartz slab and smooth quartz stair. Like they just look identical. So if anyone can answer that in the comments, that would be appreciated. We've got the quartz pillar, quartz brick or tile. Yep, quartz brick. And chiseled. And we've got our end dimension blocks here. I put obsidian here because you get obsidian from mining the towers in the end. Or even mining the obsidian platform that regenerates. So I put that there, and then crying obsidian just because they're the same thing. And then here is the ocean monument blocks I was talking about. I barely just got enough to put it in the sorter. But yeah. So we've got that. We've got our sponges, some snow blocks, ice, and I'm trying to figure out what to do for this side here because I want it to fit perfectly. And then here I'm going to start all of the mob drops, and this is why I have that wood I'm working on wood, like with the bamboo farm and the spruce trees that were next to my old base, is because I still need a ton of chests. So you see all these chests here. If I go ahead and click on my statistics, go to items, and I click on times crafted, you'll see I have over 112,000 spruce planks, and I've crafted 15,000 chests. And this is all I've done. I've only got one side done with 15,000 chests. So if I check my statistics, go to items, and I click on times mined, you'll also see the logs. I have 28,000 spruce logs mined, and I've only been able to get one side of this done. Because not only do you have to do the chests, you also have to create hoppers, which also require a chest. And that's why I have my iron farm in the spawn chunk, so while I'm working on this and mining wood and stuff, I'm also producing iron in my spawn chunks. So anyway, this whole wall here is going to be these mob drops and stuff like that, and I'm going to transition into redstone blocks like piston, sticky piston, hopper, dispenser, dropper, repeaters, comparators, things like that. So I'm not exactly sure what else is going to fit on this whole back wall, but starting on this wall here, I'm going to have every form of terracotta, every form of concrete, concrete powder, colored wool, colored glass pane, all that stuff along this wall. And then down here somewhere is where I'm going to end up doing the rest of the wood, and by that I mean doing like the wooden fence gates, because over here I only have the planks, logs, slabs, and stairs. And I think fence gates are going to be used a decent amount because in like builds they have a nice texture to them, and it helps add depth to your builds. And with these I only have log, plank, slab, stair. That's all I have over here, and I have the stripped as well. And over here on this back wall, I'm hoping to keep at least half of this wall for new blocks when the new updates come out and add better and new blocks. So if we come back down to this middle circle here, I plan on digging this circle down even more. And this is a 30 block wide circle, by the way. So it's 30 by 30 by 30. Yeah, you get it. So this is going to go down another probably 35 blocks down to Y level 0. And I will have a villager trading hall down this middle tube is where I'm going to have a bigger villager trading hall with every single villager. And then once I'm on Y level 0, as you see when I come up here and out the top, we're going to go on the back side of our base here, which is just in this big mountain. There is a village, and right under the village is, if we drop down this hole here, we have our end portal. And as you see, it's on Y level 1. So I'm going to make a big open room and a hallway leading from my base, because as you saw, the hill's just right over there, and end portal's here. Still got the silverfish spawner as well, because it's going to look really nice when I have this all cleared out and big and, you know, looks good. So we're going to go ahead, make sure we have our elytra on, plenty of durability. We're going to go into the end, and nothing special in here yet, just because, you know, we're only 500 days in. But we've got our main end island here. We've killed the dragon one time, so we only have one end gateway portal open. But down here, we do have an Enderman farm. I think every world needs one of these at the beginning. Water, just in case I were to fall down, or my elytra were to break, or whatever. I'm still able to get back up and down. So as you see, we got some XP there. Some spare anvils. Enderman fall and come here. Kill him with your sword. Everyone knows an Enderman farm. So I am almost out of rockets, so I'm just going to fly this way, show you the spawning platform. There's an Endermite right there, and that is pretty much it. Now you will see this big long pathway. It goes about 1,000 blocks to an end city where I was able to get my my shulker, which was in my spawn chunks for the shulker farm. So this is still where I spend a majority of time, only because I'm still farming the spruce logs right here with my haste 2 beacon to make it go a little bit quicker. So I'm farming all this spruce to craft chests, and when I'm in between farming this for chests here for my storage room, I'm also coming back over here and give me a second. Let me just kill this guy and kill this creeper so they don't cause any big problems. Okay. So in between mining out all that wood, it does tend to lead on to the next Minecraft day. And that's pretty much all I've done for the last 100 days is mine logs for wood. I will just trade the sticks for emeralds and the emeralds for redstone. In between, so like I'll grow this whole thing of trees, I'll mine this whole thing of trees down, craft chest, come over here, trade with my villagers, and then once their trades are maxed out, I'll come back over here, grow the tree, mine it down, trade, grow the trees, mine it down, trade, and so on and so on and so on. And that's why I kind of did this as the bamboo farm to help produce bamboo and make wood to help make chests while I was trading. But it's just going to take way too long. It's going to be a lot quicker and more efficient if I just spend all my time mining the logs and making the chests and just getting it done and over with, because the only thing stopping me from getting my entire storage system done is I just don't have the chests to do it. I have all the iron for all the hoppers, and I pretty much have almost all of the redstone already. It's literally just the wood that's taken the longest. So there's one last thing I want to add in this world tour before ending off the video, and that is a recap of all of my statistics. So I'm going to do a slow scroll through here just to see. Oh wow, I just realized damage dealt right at 350,000. That's really cool how it's just a perfect round number. That's crazy. So just slowly go through here. Damage resisted, damage taken, distance climbed, distance crouched, distance flown, swum. There's all kinds of different stuff. Distance by elytra, the amount of times I've quit the game, hoppers searched, interactions with an anvil, interactions with beacons, blast furnace, campfires, the amount of items I've dropped, the amount of times I've jumped, the amount of mobs I've killed, music discs, number of deaths is 0 obviously, plants spotted, player kills, raids triggered, raids won, shulker boxes cleaned, I don't even know what that means, shulker boxes opened, sneak time, talked to villagers, I don't know what talked to villagers means either, targets hit, time played 7.28 days, time since last death obviously, time with the world open, which just means the total time I've been in the world, even with like on the pause menu when I've clicked escape, time slept in a bed. I'm trying to keep this number at a minimum, that way I can have a high number of days played with a low number of Minecraft days. The amount of times I've traded with villagers. So that's the general tab of statistics here. Now if we go to items and do times mined, I kind of showed this earlier, 405,000 stone, which is mainly from clearing out the storage room, netherrack, a bunch of spruce logs, deep slate, grass, sand. Haven't really done anything with sand or glass yet, like clearing out an ocean monument, which will come sooner than later. Jungle logs, coal, you know, just your normal stuff. If we scroll up here, times broken, nothing too crazy, just some stone tools. Unfortunately, a couple netherite pickaxes and diamond pickaxes, which is a rip in the chat. Times crafted, once again, our spruce planks, sticks, and chests for the storage room. So this is kind of cool. Sticks, 21,000 gold, 19,000 iron, jungle planks, chests, iron blocks, redstone, dark oak planks, hoppers. We've got over 4,200 hoppers. Times used, we've got 365,000 diamond pickaxe, 246,000 netherite pickaxe. I would assume that's the amount of blocks broken. Almost 40,000 with the axe, 30,000 with the sword, which is pretty crazy to see. Yeah, just kind of giving an overview here. Picked up stone is the most, 287,000. Gold nuggets from our gold piglin farm. Cobblestone, iron, spruce logs, almost picked up every single one, so 28,694. So 28,420. 28,000. How have I picked up more than I've mined? that's confusing. Anyway, a bunch of carrots, iron and stuff. Times dropped. Poppies. Go figure, clearing out the iron farm of all the junk before I was able to get the bone meal sorter put in there. Dirt, rotten flesh, um, potatoes and carrots from breeding villagers. So that's what that's for, dropping it to the villagers to pick up. And yeah, so now if we go to mobs, I'm going to do a slow roll through here. We got bats, bees, blaze, cave spider, chicken, cow, creeper, drowned, guardian, or elder guardian, ender dragon, only killed him once, 16,000 endermen, endermite, evokers, ghast, glow squid, guardians, hoglins, horse, husk, iron golem, magma cube, phantoms. These are so annoying. Piglin, piglin brute, pillager, ravager, sheep, shulkers, silverfish, skeleton, slime, spider, trader llama, vex, villager, vindicator, wandering trader, witch, withers for beacons, wither skeletons with my wither skeleton farm, normal zombies, zombie villagers, and piglins. So that's going to do it for the statistics. And yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the world tour. There is nothing else in this world I have built or worked on. So I am live occasionally during the week if I have time after work. So feel free to subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when I go live, and feel free to come hang out. They're really chill streams. I haven't been going live recently only because when I do play, I am literally just sitting here mining these trees, and that's not very good content. So I'm trying to make it entertaining and whatnot. That's why I just need to sit here and grind out all of the trees and get the chests crafted and made. So like I said, that is it for now. If you have any questions or anything you'd like for me to build, drop them in the comments down below. I appreciate everyone stopping by, hanging out, checking out the world. So thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys soon. Later.